Abjurer are an archetype. It's one of the supporter archetype of all time. Most of you probably never even heard of this archetype, but you probably know Tsukinogi for having the crane arm, or you know, her being a shit supporter. But why is she shit? Well, we gotta talk about what makes Abjurer, well, Abjurer. Looking at a glance, Abjurer are a healer buffer hybrid. Sounds familiar? Yeah, that's basically the Bard class. They give Inspire effect, while Abjurer gives Shelter effect. And you know, they actually attacked. Ah yes, Skadi, thanks for coming, but you're not doing anything other than singing, are you? Wait, hold up, what are you doing? Wait, is that true damage? Bro, let me out, let me out. Wait, bro.
Huh?
Reduce physical and arch damage taken by a percentage. Note, this only reduces final damage, so after defense and art resistance. On paper, Shelter is a really nice effect, but here's the kicker. You can only use this effect if your operator HP are below a certain threshold. Each operator in the Abjurer class have their own requirement, from 70% HP to the lowest being 30% HP. So if your operator aren't in that threshold, then yeah, you're not getting healthcare. I honestly don't get it. Why would they put HP threshold for a defensive buff? And we haven't even talked about the main drawback, which is how much shelter we are actually getting. So yeah, class, any question? Sir, but when is the Stultifernov's video gonna come out? No. Shelter is dumb. No, like for real it's dumb. How do you fix Shelter without breaking other operators? Let's say, hypothetically, we increase the amount of Shelter allies can get to, let's say, 50%. That basically just cuts the damage in half. That is like art res level of broken. So yeah, if you have 100%, you can technically not get any damage. You can technically be immune. Whose bright idea putting Shelter as a passive, so you have it all the time without needing to use skill? You're getting the best of two worlds here. Yeah, no wonder they made it so you need your life flash before your eyes before it works. Oh yeah, did I told you about the HP requirement? Your operator can be one-shotted by enemy, where if they have Shelter without the HP requirement, they could have tanked it. But then again, 18% damage reduction is probably not saving your Gravel from being one-shotted by a War Veteran Wendigo. So let's get the full image. Abjurer are a supporter that can heal allies when skill is activated, has Shelter effect, and buff or support allies with extra effect. Yeah, that's a load of stuff they can do for a cheap cost and a really great uptime. That's another problem. They are a jack of all trades and not the master of a niche. They basically just crammed loads of things and nerf how much you're getting so they won't be broken, while denying their actual niche, that is being a Shelter support. Jack of all trades are alright when they're still usable. For example, a good jack of all trades is Sculptor. Let me explain. Skill 1 is a survival buff, Skill 2 is for buffing, and Skill 3 is for true damage. Other than the reason that she's a 6-star, she has less things going on and focus on a specific situation rather than, you know, cramming every single effect known to man in a single skill. So let's say there's gonna be a Kora outfit, and unfortunately, she's gonna be an Abjurer. Kora the Immovable. How can we make her viable? Other than making her another different class, we can make it so her Shelter is actually usable. Let's say 20 to 30% Shelter for allies with 75% or lower HP. And let's make it so her skill actually negates the threshold when skill is activated, and let's also increase her healing when skill is active. That way she can actually do something other than being a Shelter stick. This part you can probably remove because if you really think about it, you're kind of power creeping healer, but then again, everyone is power creeping healer. So yeah, to balance this, I believe making the cooldown longer is reasonable and shortening the duration by a few seconds. Now for the skill. Skill 1 is toggle skill. Basically, if you don't toggle it, increase attack. If you toggle it, healing increase. Skill 2, give herself a shield, increase her taunt level, buff her defensive stat, and heal multiple allies in range. Sort of like a skill 2 Bison, but you know, without the healing. Skill 3 should give allies in range a shield and prioritize healing allies without a shield. So at the end, we get an Abjurer that fully doubles down on being a Shelter support with some extra healing. Wait a minute, this is fucking Sculptor. We just made a Bard for defense buff. Oh my god, we all returned to Seaborn. Honestly, I don't really have any idea for this part. TLDR, Abjurer is shit, the drawback is atrocious. The only reason that Silence is even good is because of the iframe. So yeah, maxed out your Kora. Or else.